From FedEx Field. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Hurts sets up to throw it. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. Touchdown! Devontae Smith, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Shreds the tackle, and he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off around the 41. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Eagles are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And, partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where do they go?
Anywhere and everywhere, but they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago. They decided they wanted to get what they thought was going to be a franchise quarterback, and indeed he is, Matt Ryan. But they had to supplement it. They went free agency, got a running back, came back and traded back into the first round in the same draft to get a left tackle to protect him, really supplemented that pick, complemented that pick, and went to the playoffs the very next year.
Well, maybe they can use that and carbon copy it. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
57 to Mike. Easy. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Let's go.
Kaepernick going to throw. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
These two teams, they met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep.
Flush to his right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Hurts.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now a handoff as they run left side. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover.
45 yards on the ground for him so far.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
That was well played there defensively. Two tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
About a half yard from the end zone, third and goal. Throwing is Hurts.
Touchdown, Eagles! Mike Burton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Elliott on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Eagles 21, Washington 0.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Here's Antonio Gibson. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach. Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Got a man. It's De'Ami Brown, complete.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Kaepernick. And Thomas has it. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
SOS. 57, Mike, 57.
Throwing on 1st down is Kaepernick. He's got Thomas yet again, complete. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Now Kaepernick. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Undercrush.
Now they try the right side here. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Washington with their first trip to the red zone thus far.
They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Kaepernick to throw. Off to Thomas on the left side. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Mike, 57. Check. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Army. 57's the mic. Watch 57. And let's pin the mirror.
Throwing now is Kaepernick. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Touchdown, Washington. De'Ami Brown.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And Washington able to close the gap just a bit.
And he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. They'll throw now on the final play. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
To throw, Kaepernick.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Play action. Now Kaepernick sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 21. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Smith. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they're going to stop him here short of the goal line with the flag down. Well, this could set up a very interesting decision. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe.
Touchdown! It's complete. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Well, these 2 teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
To throw is Kaepernick. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big connection on that one. 37 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. He gets it to Thomas. Finding room to the 20.
Touchdown, Washington.
Logan Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And Washington able to cut into that deficit.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Kevin Stefanski going to leave the offense out to go for 2.
Kaepernick looking to throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. And they're going to have poor starting field position as he's out of bounds at his 10-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Here now, Johnny Townsend. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. To throw, Kaepernick. Eluding the pressure right. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Washington on 3rd down.
They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And how about the big boy showing off the wheels?
Let's face it. Anybody who watches a game, even if it goes against your team, when there's a big man with the football, everyone locks in.
All eyes.
Everyone locks in, and the rumbling, you can feel it all the way to the upper reaches of the stands.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Touchdown, Eagles! A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year.
And the Eagles add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Washington 12.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This is Gibson. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. On 1st down, Kaepernick. A throw left side caught here by the tight end Bates. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Kaepernick now on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bates. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Kaepernick now to throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Again, it's Kaepernick. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want...
Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Kaepernick going to throw. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Kaepernick wants to throw on 3rd and 1. Being chased out left.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. De'Ami Brown.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And Washington able to close the gap just a bit. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
They'll look to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how